This is the legend of the Pascualita.
The dark entities or phantoms and demons can be exist. And a wall is a person who have the ability.
The woman wearing a long white dress.
Well, hello guys, and welcome to our first and last podcast. In this podcast, we are going to talk about myths and Mexican legends. I am with my partners Lemus and Alejandra. How are you today, guys?
Fine. Hi everyone. This is a short podcast, and I hope to enjoy this podcast. And that's it.
I think you know some interesting stories. Would you like to tell us one?
Yes. Okay. If you don't have problem, I want to be the first in tell the story.
No.
My topic in. You have a problem, Lemus?
Ninguno.
Shut up, then. No. With respect. Okay. I'm going to tell you about my topic. My topic it's about nahuales. How are or who is a nahual? Nahual, the word nahual comes from the nahuatl, nahuali, and significates high or disguise. That means a nahual is a person who have the ability and can change his form of human to an animal, like dog, cat, sheep, big birds, or included minotaur. How a nahual obtains his powers? The form of a nahual obtains his powers. It's making a deal with an entity of the another side. Another side means things, entities like demons, phantoms, etc. are very more. But this deal is the demon or the dark entity wants something of the person, that person gives that, and the demon or phantom gives to the person a percent of his power and give the ability to change his form and be an nahual.
I have a question of nahuals. The nahuals only can be women, or no, only can be a men's, or the nahuals can be a woman's too.
Excellent question. It's not only to men, but genders can be nahuales. Women's and men's can make the deal with the demons, with the dark entities, and be a nahual. Both of them can be a nahual.
Have you ever seen a nahual?
I have one in front of me, two in front of me. In real life, unfortunately not, no, because that's gonna be very scared. But in internet, I see nahuales. But if you want to be a nahual, you need to go to the mountains of Oaxaca, Tuxtepec. There are many nahuales in the mountains, and included I have a story in Tuxtepec about a nahual. But this story starts with a man who tells us his history. In the past, he was a hitman for a important cartel in Mexico, and when he was live of that life, the bosses assignment a last work, the last dance, and the job it was kill an awal, but he don't know that, and the form of he killed that person, because it's a person in it's a person, it's well, was with salt, with a machete, with a holy water and Bible. The Bible need to be opened in a specific verse, and you have to put the holy water and the salt in the machete and hit the animal with that, and that it's the only one of the some forms to kill an awal, because if you want to shot him, the the weapon don't work and don't shot. The only thing, one of the only things like to kill an awal, it's with a machete, with salt and holy water and Bible.
And now I'm going to talk about of Pascualita, that is a Mexican legend in Chihuahua. Someone knows what is the Pascualita?
No, I don't know, but I want to know.
In Chihuahua, Mexico, there is a famous bridal shop called La Popular. Many people go there to buy wedding dresses, but in the window, there is a mannequin that looks very strange. She looks too real. Her skin looks like real skin. You can see small veins and lines in her hands. Her eyes look alive and they follow you when you walk. Some people say she is only a mannequin, but other people say something darker. A long time ago, the shop owner had a daughter. She was young and beautiful. She was going to get married, but one day she died before her wedding. Some say a scorpion stung her. After she died, a new mannequin appeared in the shop. It looked exactly like the daughter. So people start to ask, is this a mannequin or this is a real body of the bride, preserved forever? Workers in the shop say strange things happen. Sometimes they think she moves a little. Sometimes her eyes look different each day. Some workers say she breathes, others hear soft whispers of footsteps at night. Visitors feel scared but also curious. They look at her face very closely, and many say it looks like she's looking back at me. No one knows the truth. Is she only a mannequin, or is she a young woman trapped in her wedding forever? This is the legend of the Pascualita, the bride of Chihuahua.
Wow. Wow.
Someone have a question about the Pascualita?
And in what year it was being that?
For me, the Pascualita is a very, very interesting legend because the things that maybe can stay a woman in a mannequin is for me very, very curious.
It was a interesting story.
Well, if someone wants to tell another history,
I want to tell us Devil's Road. The road I'm talking is about this section of the Tampico Valles highway. During the day it looks completely normal, but at the night the atmosphere changes. Most of the stories come from truck drivers, taxi drivers, and people who travel to another cities to work. And what makes this highway different is the consistency of the testimonies. One of the most common cases is the sighting of a woman standing directly in the in the road. On the road, drivers slow down to avoid hitting her, but she disappears before they reach her. And she doesn't run, she doesn't move, she only vanishes. Usually, the woman wearing a long white dress, standing still, never talking or reacting. The environment becomes usually quiet, almost like the sound inside the car deeply cuts out. It's not dramatic, but it's just empty. The detail repeats in many situations. Some truck drivers say the highway crosses areas where accidents and disappears occurred decades ago.
I have a question about your story. My question here is, it's necessary to put a toy, or in this case, a teddy in the passenger seat?
Well, some truck drivers recommend putting a teddy on the passenger seat, and she doesn't have to sitting next to them. Because if the truck drivers see her, they lose the control and makes a crash. That's it.
Well, guys, after this story, are you not scared? Well, but most important, after all these stories, all these interesting stories, I have a question. Did you know in the paranormal things? Because my personal opinion, my personal perspective, it's I think it's a possibility, or maybe dark entities or phantoms and demons can be exist, but like all the humans, we need to see to believe. If the moment arrives, like I have face to face with a dark entity, I wearing that not success, but I think it's a possibility.
Yes, in my personal opinion, I think that I believe in these types of stories, but in my case, I never see that, but I have been watch videos and vlogs, and that's it.
I think I'm not sure, but if you see videos or movies, the paranormal events, I don't know. I'm so confused, but yes.
It's complicated explain or try to explain or or to explain to a person that things exist, and it's difficult to explain that doesn't exist. So both part of the case are difficult, but it's in a personal opinion. All have a personal opinion and it's respectable, but the most important here is how or who the audience think about these topics. Do you believe in the paranormal things?
Juguetes. No hay. Oye, que no.
Güey, dijeron que iban a llegar como a las 9.
Debe ser la cola de Almazán. Digo, la cola, o sea, una cola de un gato o alguien.
¡A